It's back here at home, bracing for some possible strong storms today. Let's check back in with Damon.
Yeah, we've got some of that moving through our area right now. We've got some fog out there as well, some areas where the visibility is low. Take a look at those numbers, and they're not too bad. Down to 3 miles over in Kenner and over in Belle Chase as well. Some of that might be due to some of the rain that's fallen in parts of the area as well. Here's the national picture, and some pretty quiet weather across most of the nation right now. There's the frontal boundary that's helping to bring us the rainfall we're experiencing this morning. And we were just talking about California and the atmospheric river that continues out in that direction. A huge low pressure area, some very strong winds and lots of moisture over parts of central and northern California. That'll be stretching down into southern California as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. While here, it's showers and storms that we're dealing with right now. Some pretty intense thunderstorms have developed and started moving across parts of Tangipahoa Parish. And as you can see, Stony Point, it'll be over your head at about 6:55. Willis at 7:19, and Sheridan at about 7:34, it'll be over your heads. And, you know, the rainfall rates have gone down just a bit. The lightning strikes are of concern, but not seeing a lot of rotation in any of these cells as they have developed and moved across parts of our area. We've got some pretty heavy weather that's moving into Kenner right now. The airport might be impacted by this thunderstorm activity, as well as the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. So keep that in mind. Some scattered showers and storms, scattered to numerous showers and storms across the river parishes. And then we've got this line of rainfall from Morgan City over towards Gray and Thibodaux. Number of lightning strikes, 132 in the last 15 minutes are right there. And some of those may reach the ground. So big heads up for you there as well. At the airport right now, it's storming, you know, some pretty heavy rainfall, 73 degrees. The temperature, the dew point is also at 73, so the humidity is at 100% right now. The winds out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. On the North Shore, some cooler temperatures and lower dew points as well, but the temperature and dew point is still pretty close together, so the humidity is pretty high as well. So all of us are under a marginal risk of severe weather for today. That includes Hancock and Pearl River counties. We may see some storms that could create some problems with some minor flooding as we go through the next several hours also. So keep that in mind. Not expecting a lot of widespread flooding because most of the models aren't showing very high numbers in terms of total rainfall amounts for today. 7:30, this model has most of the activity affecting parts of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, especially Hancock and Pearl River counties. That moves across the area. The frontal boundary moves through, and better conditions for the latter part of the morning and into the afternoon. We could see another round of rainfall kind of mid-afternoon-ish into the late afternoon hours, and then after that we clear out pretty nicely. We may see a few showers on our Wednesday afternoon as well, but otherwise Wednesday's going to be mostly rain-free and only about a 10% chance of rainfall. On Thursday is looking like a very nice day. Temperatures are going to be much lower over the next couple of days as well. And how much rain are we talking about? Just over 2 inches as a possibility over in Slidell and over an inch in Gulfport and Biloxi. The numbers across the rest of southeast Louisiana are much lower. Temperatures right now 60s and 70s across southeast Louisiana. Your afternoon highs this afternoon are in the mid 70s. Much cooler Wednesday and Thursday. Not expecting much in terms of rainfall. We're back in the 80s on Friday, on Saturday, and on Sunday.
All right, Damon, thank you.